Good evening, good afternoon, wherever you find yourself in this weird, wild, wacky world of ours, and welcome to another exciting installment of Darkness in Dublin. This evening's scene begins in a low, dimly lit office. It is styled in a manner that would not be out of place in the 1920s, with dim, shaded lamps that seem to cast just enough light so that the individuals seated inside are not in complete darkness. A large black mahogany desk seat dominates the room with two high-backed leather chairs, one behind and one in front. Mr. or rather Dr. Ivanov has come to the home of Don of the Giovanni in the form of one Florin de' Medici in order to ask him and his family a favor. Florin himself sits in a business suit that probably cost more than some people's family cars, looking very coolly across his table to at the Tremere that is seated in front of him. He keeps his hands together, his fingers pented ever so slightly, as he will say, "And what is it that we may do for you, Mr. Ivanov?"
Hmm. If I may get down to, as they would say, brass tacks, Don Giovanni, the unfortunate truth is that there have been attacks in this city that have earned mortal attention. And I need to know whether or not a theory of mine is correct, or if gods be good, I am wrong. In order to be certain of that, I require the information possessed only by the dead. And your clan, and I say this without much in the way of jealousy, though a little, I will confess, are the preeminent masters in the matters of the dead. As a Tremere, I assure you, it does sting a little to know that another clan has mastered an element of blood magic that we, quite frankly, barely comprehend.
Flattery, Mr. Ivanov, will get you nowhere. You want us to do you a service. I'm a businessman. You want us to do you a rather exact service, and you say a service for the Camarilla as a whole. Cleaning up what it is the humans see. Is this the case?
Not quite. For the moment, this remains a service between myself and yourself. If I am right about what I fear, then it may become a sect matter.
So, you want one of my boys to speak to a spirit for you. Is that right?
Something in that manner, yes.
Fine. Easily done. I'm led to understand that working in the boon economy is a fine concept. A major boon owed to Clan Giovanni, and he's yours. A
A
boon on behalf of
major
yourself,
boon,
of course.
a major boon.
Correct.
You are a businessman, Don Giovanni, and I am not an idiot. We both know that a major boon is ridiculous for a service you yourself admit is relatively easy.
Of course. However, as you pointed out, we're preeminent like that.
Oh, yes. Preeminent, yes. But
He will
there are
very,
always alternative manners.
he will very casually point towards the door. I'm sure that there are. Doctor
Very well, then.
Ivanov.
He'll stand up, bow. If I am right, Don Giovanni, I'm. I will be certain to send my beloved father your way. I'm sure he'd love to meet you. Good
All right.
evening.
You've piqued my interest. I won't ask a major boon, but I will ask two minor boons.
That I can do.
Good. I'll have it recorded with the harpy. You'll take
Very good.
Luciano, my cousin. He might seem a little bit slow, but I assure you, he's not as slow on the uptake as you might seem. And if there's a wraith involved, well, I tell you, he'll quickly put them into place.
Excellent.
In that case, I'll bid you good evening, Doctor. Oh, whatever he learns, Clan Giovanni will also learn. You understand that? We don't keep secrets from one another. And if you attempt to alter his memory in any way, I will be most put out.
My dear Don, if my theory is correct and your cousin confirms it, then your clan knowing is to the benefit of everyone. More guns on the ground, as it were.
As you say, Dr. Ivanov. I'll bid you good evening then, sir.
Good evening. And again with the bow, he will make his way out.
One moment, I just need to get a new picture. There we go, that'll do fine. Standing downstairs for you as the elevator closes. For the record, his offices are located in a large, well-furbished bank building. As you can guess, the Giovanni, or the Medici rather, to which the Don is a member, are very concerned in matters of legitimate finance. But this man will be waiting for you down at the bottom of the elevator, and he'll say, I take it that you're Mr. Ivanov, yeah?
Indeed. And
Well,
you are the cousin whom I have been permitted to employ.
correct. Luciano, but everyone calls me Lucy. Good to meet you. He'll extend his hand.
Mikhail will shake it firmly.
There's definitely potence there when you shake his hand. Like you can tell, there's a well of reserve of strength there, but he's not crushing your hand.
Yeah, I would imagine he'd want to show off a little.
Are we taking my car or yours?
Let us take yours.
Radio then. The two of you will step outside. There is a car, a black luxury BMW with tinted out windows that is waiting for you. You will get into the passenger side, he will get into the driver's side, and the two of you will speed off into the night, in which case we are going to segue. We are going to segue. Dublin is an odd city in the sense of certain elements of it are very physically dark. Outside of the city centre, it gets progressively worse and worse until you enter the suburbs and it's almost pitch blackness. Um, my apologies, I just have to answer a question. As you all approach the church, which is in an out-of-the-way residential neighborhood, you will all find the fact that it is still surrounded by police tape indicating "do not enter," etc., etc. So, but it is a rather benign neighborhood. You see the street down which children no doubt walk to the local school, which is located only 50 yards down the road. There is nothing untoward or odd about the place whatsoever, but yet here is where, according to the reports, over 100 people met their end. Man, women, and children. St. Michigan's Church, or St. Mission's church. My apologies, I couldn't pronounce the name for a second there. Michigan's church. So, there were at least 2 police officers outside the door. I'm going to allow Spudgun and Emily to arrive first, because they need to do things. So, I'm going to assume you two will arrive together. Rolling on up.
Why not? Yes, Spudgun will probably just. Well, I imagine they'll probably just have. Well, Spudgun for his part probably would be walking by that. Though he'd probably like to take a look at this church and the police hanging around outside. Well lit area, I'm presuming.
No, it was very dark, right? Or somewhat dark.
It is quite dark. All of the street lamps are quite distantly spaced, and the houses shine no light on the streets, as many of them have gardens and are set too far back in order to allow any of the light from their windows to illuminate the road.
All right. And it's just the 2 police officers, you say?
2 police officers standing outside the door currently. Yep.
Okay. Is there squad car anywhere? Or anywhere within sight? Or are they just on foot patrol?
Not visible, but it might be in the car park, which is located behind the church. You can't see because that's all fenced and hedged in, so you basically have to go around the side of the church in the car and park in the back.
Mm-hmm.
But it's possible.
Okay, just wanted to ask.
So just, why did you bring me here again? Like, I'm ready to help out, of course, but like.
Hey, you not see the news, lass?
Yeah, I did, but like. Right. Okay. But why? I mean, like, it's just. Okay. Like, never mind.
Mm-hmm.
You guys will almost walk into, due to the dim light, a vagrant who is making his way down the road. He stinks of some kind of alcohol. He brushes into Spudgun, and there's a kind of a muffled, sorry about that. And he proceeds to walk down the road.
Yeah, Spudgun probably just gives that guy an eye. Probably brushes off his where the guy touched him.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, if we go in there without them seeing us, which we can.
Well, you can't.
Well,
at least I don't know if you can. You might prove me wrong.
Well, I think I can. Yeah, but if we do that and we begin to make noise inside, they're going to get curious, and then they're going to come in. So, but
true. So perhaps the idea would probably be to be quiet then, or we do something to raise the sound of the neighborhood. Covers it up like. I don't know why he's suddenly turning Liverpudlian. I don't know why. Anyway.
Well,
it is at this point that a luxury BMW will pull up outside of the church, and you will see 2 figures get out.
Is that Ivanov?
The 2 of you are relatively far away, so you can see Ivanov, but chances are he can't see you because he's not paying attention.
Yeah.
So yes, you may make the leap of is that Ivanov, but Ivanov will not see you because he's not really paying attention.
Yep.
Did you call him?
What?
Did you points over? Did you call Ivanov?
I don't know who fucking Ivanov is, man. Care to enlighten me, please?
He's a Tremere, I think. He's the Camarilla. And he's with someone, I think. But what do they do? Are they looking into this as well, or what?
Hey, hey buddies. Sorry, Luciano says as he gets to the door, and he says, my uncle Florin M, yeah, He says go take your fucking lunch break. At which point both of them exchange glances and walk away.
Organized crime, yo.
Emily just looks to Spudgun and says, I guess we can see what happens?
Mikhail will just smile, nod at Lucy. Excellently done.
He shrugs and he says,
Emily will go around a corner, enter obfuscate 2, and begin to approach the church.
okay. Mikhail, what is your level of aspects?
Sorry, just want to get there. Spudgun's also going to do that, but he's going to put up his hoodie and zip it to cover his face before he drops into obfuscate.
Okay.
Two bits of information for you, Evan. My level of aspects is 2, but I am immediately going to be clicking on aura perception.
Okay. You still have to roll to oppose the obfuscate with aspects too.
Yeah, I'm just letting you know about basically the minute he crosses the threshold of the church, because at that point he's entering what he thinks might be was.
Okay.
At that point, the aura perception's going up.
That's fine. I believe it's your dex stealth versus your perception alertness.
I've got the system up here. It's on page 142.
Yep.
Equal perception. He needs to roll perception plus awareness, difficulty 7. And we need to roll manipulation plus subterfuge, both at difficulty 7.
Do I make one roll or 2?
You'll make one roll and it'll count for both, I'm going to say.
Okay, in that case. And that's diff 7, you said?
Yeah.
Diff 7.
Okay, give me a moment. I hate all of you.
Wow.
With a fiery passion.
Oh
Wow.
my god. Why did I waste all my 10s now? Wow.
Wow. I'm
Yeah.
just going to sit there going,
That's
wow.
stupid.
Yeah,
That's
perception. Is it perception alertness or perception awareness?
Awareness.
Okie dokie.
Supernatural type thing.
Oh, for feck's sake! I'm definitely not seeing one of you at the very least.
Yeah, you're not seeing either of us.
Oh, you fuckers! Rightio.
So Giovanni very casually lets his glasses fall down his nose and says, who the fuck are you two goombas? He can see you.
Did he roll for it?
Of course he can see.
No, he just says all specs 3.
Oh, okay.
I'm smiling.
It is always a safe assumption whenever Evan stats an NPC that is meant to be at any way relatively good, they will all have at least 2 to 3 dots of aspects, or else they're shit at life.
I am smiling, by the way.
Emily looks.
But yeah, no, his response is, who the fuck are you two?
Mikhail's going to look around.
You don't see anyone.
Emily just stands there and just looks at him.
Now look, are we going to have to get unpleasant here? Because I'd really rather not. These are new shoes. And frankly, if I have to break them off in your ass, I'm going to do so.
Emily just looks confused as she looks at him, and she breaks off your skate and she says, "Wait, are you from like a movie or something? Are they like?"
No, I'm from Brooklyn.
Right. You're with Ivanov, right?
For the record, from your perspective, Anthony, this person just popped into existence.
Since I presumably am aware that obfuscate exists.
Oh yeah.
After the momentary, what the fuck? Oh. And then the wheels will turn. Where did you two come? Oh fuck. I'm going to look around. Will the other one of you fucking manifest? However you do it, just pop into existence, please.
Spudgun will.
Don't make me have to start throwing furniture.
Sorry, man. You just popped me there. Yeah, a Spudgun will eventually drop, obfuscate, but he'll have his hands in his hoodie pockets.
So, to answer your question, Miss Blondie, yeah, I happen to be with with Dr. Ivanov, at least for this evening.
Okay. Right. So, yeah, you've heard about whatever went on.
Oh, where are my manners? Now that we're being all civil and cordial, allow me to introduce myself. My name is sorry, Luciano Giovanni. People call me Lucy. Nice to meet you.
Hi. I'm Emily.
He extends the hand to Spudgun as well, being like, "Yeah."
Yeah, Spudgun will take the hand. I'm Spud. So if you're going to be calling Lucy, do I have to be calling something like Agatha?
Funny. I like him. He's not a complete shithole. Right. I'm on the clock, Doc, so can we get this over with?
Yes. Evan, where's the approximate center of the carnage?
Okay. You guys will enter the church. Nothing pings on aura perception, by the way.
Okay.
You guys will enter the church. Everything has been cleaned, obviously, because you don't just leave bodies laying in the pews where they were found. So
not after the first few hours.
Well, they have to be photographed, all that other random stuff. But all of the bodies have been removed from the pews at this point, so the church stands pretty barren and empty, as pictured here.
But one assumes things like chalk, since the police are still guarding the place, presumably things like chalk outlines, maybe evidence markers or something. They must still be doing some form of investigation on the site, because generally they would open the site back up once they were done investigating.
Yeah, there are still things like outlines on the floor. You would assume that basically they've probably only removed the bodies in the last hour or two, realistically the last few hours. Oh no, this one happened on Christmas Day. Yeah, they probably removed the bodies this morning, realistically. And now they're just doing things like the mop-up cleanup job. So chances are the place will be reopened by tomorrow morning.
In that case, Lucy, and direct him to the center of the approximate carnage. This might be the best place to start. As I understand it, strong emotions are helpful for these sorts of things.
Yeah, not wrong. All right, give me a few minutes and I'll see what I can do.
Rightio. While you're doing that, I'll have my own little look around. See if I can spot anything.
Okay, now that you're actually looking, question. Does anyone here other than Anthony have Othbeck?
No, but I do have something else that might help. Well, it might help Spudgun. I'm not quite sure if it's going to help any of you guys.
Is it Visceratica?
Yes, it is. Scry the Hearthstone. Basically, yeah, all I need to do is just spend a point of willpower, as long as I stay in contact with the target structure. Basically, let's have a look at the mechanics here. Get a sense of location, approximate size, physical condition of all living or unliving beings. Yeah, generally get an idea of the structure of the church. Is there a basement or any hidden compartments? I doubt that there is, but I'm going to ask nonetheless.
All right, so you spend the willpower?
Yep.
Okay. So, You spend the willpower, the power goes off. The church, in fact, does not have a basement. It has several alcoves, but then again, most churches do. It has a building at the back, which is, you would assume, the tabernacle, or not the tabernacle, which is, you would assume, the vestry, etc. There is, however, no one else living or dead in the building whatsoever other than you guys.
That's good to know.
Uh-huh.
So, Evan, what role would you like me to make now that I'm actually looking?
Perception investigation, please.
Rightio. This is where I'm going to suck at this.
Remember, Auspex lowers the difficulty of all your perception-based rolls by the amount of your Auspex. To maximum.
Yay. And this is standard diff, right?
Mm-hmm. So it should become difficulty 4.
Okay. 2 successes.
Cool. Yeah, there was something very obviously weird on the altar.
All right. Go and examine it. And is there any... All right, Evan, what's the obvious weird that I can see?
Okay, so it has not been removed yet. You would assume because they're still doing some kind of evidential collection on it. But one moment. Sorry, I just had to get the picture. For the record, you guys will not basically see the mystical nimbus that this thing creates, but that doesn't really matter. You will still see the whatchamacallit, you will still see the physical outline that appears to have been not written in terms of like with a finger in blood, but appears to have been written with a very fine brush in blood.
Evan?
Yes?
Do, if possible, intelligence occult that thing.
Do you speak Aramaic?
I do not.
Okay. You cannot translate it.
I'm going to try. Oh, I'm not intending to translate it. I'm intending to try and recognize.
Oh yeah,
like
do that. But I'm saying the difficulty of the roll is based on if you can read the bloody thing or not. So it's going to be difficulty 8. It's going to be difficulty 8 occult roll.
Okay, diff 8.
Anyone else who looks at it can also make an intelligence occult roll if they'd like.
And
Can you say that if it's Aramaic that you need to speak in order to understand it?
Correct.
Does Gaelic help?
Nope.
Just thought I'd ask. Mm-hmm. Nope.
Does Spudgood literally think that it's like, I don't know, leftover pizza topping or something?
No, he probably thinks it's Gaelic, but it's like ancient Gaelic. Or if
I'm going to spend the willpower, Evan.
Probably Welsh.
Okay.
Spending willpower and okay, that's a total of 3 successes. I hate ones.
Is that 3 successes including the willpower?
Yes, it is.
Okay, difficulty 8. Okay.
Yep.
It is some kind of circle, and it is some kind of circle and triangle intermixed design. The circles, generally speaking, represent the world. The triangle represent points or the pooling of power, if you had to guess, but you would really have to be able to read it to understand exactly what it is. To answer the question that is forthcoming is, could it be demonic? The answer is maybe. Or could it be infernal? The answer is maybe.
Right, taking a lot of pictures on camera phone and sending them back to the Chantry server, because we're a modern Chantry and we have a computer network.
Actually, there isn't a Chantry in Dublin.
Okay, sending it back to my home computer, I'm going to fucking build one.
There's a Chantry in Dublin since Spudgun. Continue.
Yes.
Right.
But no one here knows that.
I know. I'm just pointing it out because it amuses me vaguely.
Yes.
Right. Well, I'm going to send it back to my home network with the intention of seeing if I can find an expert somewhere within the clan who knows how to read like fucking Aramaic.
Ah, yes, that is one guy who can speak absolute gobbledygook.
Yeah, it just so happens that he was embraced like in the reign of Vespasian.
So, question: do you physically touch the iconography?
Given that I have all specs up, I assume I can see Wuzzy magical nimbus.
Yes, you can. It appears to be drawing
Not
everything
touching
towards it.
Yep, not touching that in 1,000 years.
However,
Although I am going to say, I'm sorry about this. I assume I can. I'm just going to make this assumption. Spudgun is a gargoyle, yes?
no.
No.
Okay. Why the fuck is
He ate a
Nom, nom,
Don't
nom,
ask.
nom.
Don't ask. Don't ask.
Okay.
Don't ask.
Right.
Don't tell.
Okay.
You ask me no questions, I tell you no lies.
All right. Let's see. What are the clans in the room? There's Tremere, there's Giovanni, and what? Okay.
And Gangrel.
Right. I'm basically trying to work out which one of you who's willing to risk.
Oh wow, charming!
After a couple of seconds of mentally eeny, meeny, miny, mowing, he's going to go with Emily and say, "Madam, over here, please."
Just looks weird and just looks at you. Just walks up.
I need a little help with Matt. He gets out he's holding his phone in his hand. I need help with measuring it for comparison. Would you mind putting your hand here? Spread your fingers out nice and wide.
What about you take my phone and put it on? She just takes her phone up and places it on top of it. Doesn't touch it. Just puts it on. I'm
going to call bullshit there because how do you know not to touch it?
It's a weird arcane symbol on a church that's clearly written in blood.
And
again, how the fuck do you know not to touch it? You can't see the walls.
Anthony, sweetheart, no one in their right mind would touch it.
Like
we're vampires. Get used to this shit.
She's gonna look at it and just go, "Why do you want me to touch it?" Like,
I need to measure it. I don't have a ruler on me.
Anthony, roll me deception, perception. Roll me subterfuge there because you don't need to measure it. You're bullshitting like a boss. So roll that sweet.
Don't worry,
right, yeah.
You'll make it. You'll make it. Emily is not good at this. Trust me.
I guarantee you. Even with manipulation 5, he's going to fail this. I guarantee you. What's the diff, Evan? Just 6?
Standard diff, yeah.
Okie dokie. 1 success! Fucking told you.
How on earth do you...
One success.
Doing that?
I have 1 success as well.
Defender wins.
Wins. Yep.
Clearly bullshitting you. He doesn't need measurements.
So, you sure it's safe? Because, 100 people died in here, and I don't know. Someone with the balls to do that was like, I'm sorry. Someone who
here's the
cares
thing.
to do that.
I don't imagine that 100 people touch this simultaneously.
But you want... Wait. You want me to touch to see what happens?
I need to know if it does what I think it'll do, basically.
Okay. So you're saying that the person who almost tried to juggle a grenade wants me to do something potentially very dangerous.
It's more a case of it's more likely to kill me if I do it than it is to even hurt you. Because if this is what I think it is, I really, really don't want to touch it. And you're right. I'm the guy who juggled the grenade. So keep in mind how dangerous that makes it for me, not you.
Thank you, Jason, for that accurate thing.
Welcome. If it makes you remember.
Okay, Emily is out of commission for a moment.
I had.
Sorry.
This is Spudgun, sire. This is what he looks like.
What he's
No, it's a Toreador Anshabu that looks like Ned Flanders.
Yeah, I don't think anyone should be touching it. Just like full stop, because I think we can make some logical deductions that this is probably not good.
He's going to rub like the bridge of his nose, and you're going to hear him speak in Russian. Do you speak Russian?
No.
Right. In that case, he's just going to speak in very grumpy Russian.
Dr. Ivanov.
Yes.
This is fucking weird.
Oh, God's below.
So normally when you die, the place you die has that kind of unique resonance with you, so it's not hard to drag your spirit back from the way beyond, particularly if you're in the place where somebody died, and if they died recently, all the better.
Are you finding it particularly difficult to drag this soul back from the hereafter?
No, there's nothing there.
As I understood it, not every soul lingers. But some did and some didn't.
As in, I haven't just tried for one. I've tried for those that were sitting in these chairs, one after the other, when they conked the bucket. None of them are there.
Right. Oh, so hating this job.
You actually wanted me to touch that soul thing.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I'm okay with this.
Evan.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to make a intelligence occult roll to work out, based on my understanding of thaumaturgical principles, because assuming it's based on thaumaturgical wars, there will be essentially a baseline, like a mechanic, like because the Tremere view it all through a very mechanical way of how it works, in that this symbol and this symbol together mean X. Now, I can't read the Aramaic, but I have a general idea of what the structures will mean.
I already explained that.
Yeah, in which case, am I able to discern essentially what it's designed to do? In the sense of, is it designed to hold things? Is it designed to send things? Is it designed to act as a focus point?
It is designed to... It is almost like the inverse of a binding. It's like opening a door.
Okay. In that case, are there any Bibles in this building? I assume there are.
Yes.
Mikhail's going to try and find one that isn't soiled by blood.
Yeah, there's one placed on the lectern.
Is the lectern near the evil symbol?
It's on the pulpit. So no.
Right.
It's about
He's going to retrieve the Bible.
Okay.
He's going to flick through it.
Okay.
Basically find one of the various, because I know this happens several times in the Bible, passages of basically exorcisms. The whole "get ye behind me, Satan."
Okay.
He's going to open it flat, like with those pages facing out, and he's going to drop it so those pages hit the symbol.
Okay. There is an explosion of green fire that radiates out from under the Bible. You are all on fire.
Well, it tested my theory, at least.
Okay.
Time to stop, drop, and roll.
What is it with you being in scenes and people being on fire?
Is there no way of dodging it, or is it like...
It is literally like a torrential wave that sweeps out from it.
Yeah, and presumably if he didn't...
Spud's gun can, in theory, dodge it because he can fly.
Okay, he will.
And he's slightly further away.
Do you want me to roll anything?
Roll me your dex and your athletics and get more than 3 successes and you'll get out of the range of it.
Yeah, let me double check.
So there's no way of mitigating the damage, like covering behind something or...
No, if you have fortitude, that'll, help you soak it.
Yeah, I have 1, so...
Hooray!
I don't have any, so this is going to sting.
What is it with you and being lit on fire or things exploding?
Yeah, hence why I said the phrase "stop, drop, and roll." Mikhail is going to be immediately stopping, dropping, and rolling.
I mean, I can't really argue with that. I'm just waiting for Spud Gun to roll, and then I'll roll some dice.
Yeah, he has.
Oh,
I got 4.
Oh, yeah, you get out of the way. No problem. Wow, okay. Each one of you will take 4 aggravated damage. That will be difficulty 9 to soak.
Yeah,
all right. Go on.
I was going to say, because I also know the Dark Thaumaturgy rules.
Yep.
What about the Giovanni? I suppose he gets bushwhacked as well.
Oh, yes, he does. He doesn't have 4. Oh, dear.
Wait, why?
He doesn't have fortitude.
Oh, God, I'm going to owe the Don.
Evan, you know that fortitude is more important than Auspex.
I mean, it depends on what you do. This guy is their spiritualist.
True.
I guess it's to
hang on.
roll that courage.
Actually, no, sorry. That's my mistake.
It's time to roll that courage, I'm guessing, for everyone, right?
Yes, it is time to roll that courage. It is difficulty 8 because, hey guys, guess what? That's really nice and all. You took some mag damage. You're still on fire.
I emphasize this.
I know.
Yeah, Emily suffers will strike and runs.
All right.
You can spend willpower to offset this. Oh, it's
God.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, I was gonna say sorry. I just have to check. It's only difficulty 7. I got it wrong.
Okay.
Still not good.
Still good.
I will. Can I spend willpower afterwards to try and regain control? Or
I'm just gonna. If you wanted to spend, you kind of just spent it before. I don't really care that much because otherwise you have to spend you have to get 5 successes.
I will then because yeah. Now, out of character, Evan, or is there some aggression from your set height that you need to get out on other people?
I mean, all of you must suffer.
Fair enough. I mean, I'm just asking. Just asking. It's fine.
No, to be fair, I had this. I knew someone was going to put a cross to it, or someone was going to dump something.
Okay. It was just a thing. It's fine. That's fine.
Wait, are you actually being serious? Because no, I don't do that.
No. I mean, it's very somewhat thematical, I guess. I don't know. Well, suppose it is. No, it's totally good.
I just love the unceremonious. I walk over, I pick up a Bible, I dump it on it. Well, there you go.
Next time, I'll just burn down the building. Preemptive fire.
Actually, come to think about it, don't those poor policemen out back?
No, because the walls of the building will stop the explosion,
right.
basically of flames. It will shatter all the glass in the back of the stained glass there. But Anthony, you've yet to make your courage roll.
I've already done it.
No, Anthony has yet to make his courage roll.
Oh, sorry. Hasn't he already done it? Pretty sure.
No.
Oh, no.
I'm just expecting to fail it, so I'm.
You can spend
less
all
bothered. I could, but then I'd still probably die because I'm still on fire. So, diff 9, you said?
No, it's diff 7.
Oh, diff 7. 0 successes. A flat note.
So you weren't spending willpower.
No, I might as well run away like a coward.
All right. You will indeed fear frenzy.
All right, so run somewhere. Can't soak the fire damage. Still on fire. Die in 3 rounds.
Well, no, you do. Okay. For the record, how Rorschach works is you do everything in your power for a start. You will do everything in your power to not be on fire anymore. So you will tear off the items of clothing that are on fire in a frenzied state. That's the first thing that will happen.
And even though I'm not in Rorschach, Emily will do the same.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be not fire. Fire's bad.
The altar will crack with the force of the explosion, and you'll hear a very, very, very horrific screaming noise, and there's an explosion of energy that comes from the altar. It doesn't cause any more damage, it just kind of knocks you. As a matter of fact, it uses so much force, it knocks you all stymied, so it will actually put out the fire in kind of a rush of air.
Oh, fuck me. And Emily will just get up, just trying to stand. And she's looking around. She's burned to shit. Like, did you say the fire went out, or is it?
Yeah, the fire went out. It was basically put out by the next blast of force that came when the altar shattered.
She just looks over at Ivanov and she just goes, or is he running?
Like a motherfucker.
Come back. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit.
He's burnt and naked as well.
I have to ask a question, Evan.
Yes, dear.
Where did those 2 policemen go?
Around the back to have their around the back to take a coffee break.
Okay. How long will it take him for his frenzy to subside?
Basically, you roll your courage now, and you need to accrue 5 successes at a difficulty of 6.
Oh, well, that's practically impossible. So.
You have a courage of 4. Stop being fucking pessimistic.
Have you met me?
No, fair.
Two successes.
Okay, roll again. This is just how many rounds you'll be in Rorschach.
Okay.
So 6 seconds.
That's 3 more successes.
Okay, so you were only in road track for about 12 seconds. So basically, you will just practically get to the church door and have yanked it open by this, because you have to stand up, tear off your clothes, or tear off definitely your shirt and your jacket, and run to the door. So yeah, you will just have gotten to the church door by the time it subsides.
Okay. Going to turn around, say to the Giovanni, Lucy, I would appreciate it if you would get in the car, please. And
He's currently on
also,
the ground. The Giovanni is currently on the ground screaming.
oh right, would someone
He
put him out?
He's having a sad day.
I really don't want to have to use my trousers to put him out. That would look sad.
Oh my! You hear the sound of hands clapping, like.
Immediately stand up and just turn around and, without my eyes closed, get the fuck out of here, Satan. Literally, those are the first words out of his mouth.
It's odd you should say that, because the face claim for this particular character wasn't Satan.
Yeah, I recognize that.
Yeah. Yep. Then slowly open eyes.
Come now, my darling boy.
Go away, Father.
You see a figure. They're seated on the second floor of the church, basically on the balcony. One foot is kind of haphazardly slung over the side. They weren't there a few seconds ago. And also, Spudgun, you will become immediately aware with the Visarashka when they entered this building. But not only that, they're not here alone. There are now currently 8, count them, 8 other presences that exist in the stone that are currently circled around you.
Of course.
Come now, my dear Mikhail. Always so serious.
Because of you, Evgeny is buried in upstate New York with a stake through his heart. Because of you, I'm stuck in this shithole island having to make up for things you said were fine. You don't get to act the Joker.
I take it you know each other? Emily's still clasping her.
He'll slightly gesture and say, Emily, may I introduce you to the former, and he puts heavy emphasis on the word, Lord of Louisiana, Aisha, my sire, and a man who I think it's fairly safe to say is an infernalist.
I mean, hey, Emily is still like honking over and just grasping at her stomach for the burns. She just says, "Hey, I'm cool with whatever. I just like you. Obviously, guys, you have something you need to work out, and I'm totally fine with that. So
he's a wanted man.
I'm just gonna go."
Does Emily attempt to approach an exit?
Well, she actually doesn't move too much. She just looks at the guy and just says, "So you want to talk with him, right?"
I'm more interested in the fact that you completed my ritual for me.
Nice work, Ivanov.
How was I supposed to know that an infernal rite required the fucking Bible?
It didn't. It required the shattering of the seal.
That makes no sense whatsoever. Then again, You are insane, so there's that.
Oh. He won't stand up, but what he does is he lets the other leg kind of flip over the side of the balcony, and he will very gently float down. So very, very slowly float down until his feet reach the ground, and he will say, "You never had vision, my son. You were always too dogmatic."
Oh, I had vision. Vision well enough. I learned at your side for long enough to know every lie you told us. I still hear the screams. You think you can make me into a monster. Well, you very nearly did. If the council hadn't freed me from you, I would be a monster.
The nature of all those who crawled from the sin of Cain are to be monsters, my boy. It doesn't matter how far they crawl or what names they give themselves. In the end, are they not murder personified? They bear the sin that started sin, or rather the first and most mortal of sins, for man itself bore the sin of turning their back on God.
We are predation personified. We are hunters. We don't have to kill. We don't have to sell our souls away. We can be more than the beast within. Just because you haven't bothered with it.
Now. He pads forward. You'll notice he's not wearing shoes. Also, when I say he, it's very difficult to tell its gender. It's very, very, very androgynous. It's not, Anthony, he is not nearly as twisted at the moment as the form he usually wears. This is much more, quote unquote, normal. But it's still very, very, very,
androgynous.
Androgynous is correct. He will walk, or I'm just going to use he because it's the term that I have in my head, will walk towards Spudgun and look him up and down, and he will say, "And what are you?"
Me. I'm just a victim of coincidence.
I see. So what you're saying is that luck rolled the dice on you, and unfortunately, or fortunately, you are the plaything of that fate.
In some small way. But there's always the matter of what you do with the circumstances that life gives you. You can either roll over and die like some feral cur, like some forgotten creature not worthy of even being mentioned, or you can pull yourself up by your cape and actually make something of your own life. I chose to do the latter.
Pragmatist.
Just like my teacher, you might say, told me.
Fascinating. And you, Pharaoh?
I don't know. I honestly have very little idea anymore.
I see. So you're another child, a plaything of fate, are you?
Really shitty luck, apparently. More, but...
Why do you say that?
I'm inside this church right now and just got almost burned to a crisp. I mean...
Oh. You poor thing. It walks over and it starts to stroke Emily's face, just with the very tips of its fingers.
She stiffens and just looks at him and just stares at him and just goes, No, it's really, it's okay. I'll just be going and I'll be okay. And time. It's really not a problem.
Evan, as soon as Aisha goes to touch her, Mikhail is going to do two things. Firstly, I have to ask, is there anything heavy within reach?
Define heavy.
Anything heavier than a large book?
It depends. Are you thinking of throwing something?
Yes, I'll go for a shoe if need be.
I was going to say, what's your strength rating? Because in theory, you could throw a pew at him, but I'm trying to guess what your strength rating is.
He has potence 1. He also has a strength of 2. So a combined strength total of 3. It's not great.
In theory, if you want to bleed 3 or 4 blood points into your strength, which you can do at your generation, you could pick up one of the pews and hawk it at him.
How long does a boosted strength last for? I believe.
To the end of the stream,
He'll boost his strength, but he will just like throw basically a book or a piece of wood or a piece of fallen masonry or whatever.
Okay.
And he's throwing it. He's throwing it at Aisha's feet and bellowing the words, "Don't touch her!" And it turns almost into a growl at the end.
Before it can hit the floor or touch him, it freezes in midair.
Evan?
Okay.
I'm going to try and counter magic him.
Okay. You're actually going to try and thaumaturgy counter magic him. I'm
basically working on the premise of Mikhail wants to show that he's not Daddy's child.
Why isn't my game has officially become Vampire the Masquerade, the daddy issue scenario?
And bear in mind, I only have 1 dot of counter magic, so I only get 2 dice. But I think it might at least lessen his effect.
Okay.
So let me just double check how the roll works.
So I'm pretty sure that Emily's entire character arc is now going to be, I've got real parent issues.
It's a bit more than that, but well, actually, pretty much is, honestly.
Yeah, she's got parent issues. I've got sire issues.
Like half of England, he doesn't know his dad. Half of anyone who lives
to oppose it. Oh shit, Evan. Important question. What level? Well, actually, I suppose it might not even work at all if it's actually dark thaumaturgy. Is he using conventional thaumaturgy or dark thaumaturgy to freeze it?
He's using movement of the mind, so ordinary thaume.
And is it a level above 1?
Yes, it's level 3.
Fuck. In this case, I can't stop it.
I was going to say, because you were chucking a big, heavy piece of wood at him.
Yeah.
But he will look down at Emily, and he will very
Well,
you said Emily was kneeling, so he's kind of knelt down.
No, she's stiff. She's just standing upright, but just.
He's about 6'2", so I think he's looking down.
Yeah, it's about the same height, actually. I think, pretty much. Anyway,
he will casually wave his hand, and the plank of wood will sputter onto the ground before he will say, without looking at Mikhail, "You still have so much to learn."
Nothing from you.
Was I so terrible a teacher?
At that point, he's actually going to bellow, "You made me make gargoyles!"
Yes. An interesting art.
You nearly cost me my life. The tribunal would have had us both burn. And you didn't care. Just for a job. You would have been happy.
He looks, and he stands up from Emily, or he straightens his back anyway, and he smiles. Like Emily can see him smile, showing his prominent fangs. As he will say, "The tribunal tried to sentence me. The tribunal failed." However, allow me to ask you a question, young miss, and then you're free to go. To what family do you belong?
Gangrel?
And for the record, when he laughs, just this is more so for Spud than anyone else. There is a very weird tone to it that is entirely unnatural.
Is that
the kind of
is that okay? Emily just looks at him, just is very curious as why he's laughing, but just kind of shrugs.
It is quite simple. Ask my darling Childer what we did to your clan sometime. If it helps, such strength, such resilience, unusual properties. But I've wasted enough of your time. Yes. Take note of this, apprentice. Dublin is the city wherein the tower falls and the pyramid collapses. And so it is. All shall come full circle. I shall be seeing you soon, my darling Mikhail.
And I will see you dead.
Ah, yes. Death. I assure you, my boy, death is only the beginning. And with that, he will his shadow will engulf him. And then, very much in the same way you've seen the Tremere Regent disappear, he will simply vanish. As he does so, Spudgun, you will feel the other 8 presences leave the room. They don't disappear, they more so kind of mosey out, if you understand me.
Yeah.
And you are standing in a room by yourselves.
Going to take my phone out of my pocket.
Emily is doing something that looks as though she should be throwing up, but she doesn't, since she can't. She doesn't have anything in her stomach, but it looks as though she's doing it.
Sorry, what were you saying, Anthony?
Going to get Mikhail's phone out of his pocket, which he keeps in his trousers. But I assume I have the contact details of the Lord.
You can assume so if you'd like.
Okay. Call him up.
His phone immediately goes to voice messenger, but it says you may leave a message.
He's going to say very simply, "My lord, I regret to inform you that I can confirm that Aisha, former Lord of Louisiana and traitor to the clan and house of Tremere, is present in the city of Dublin." And then he'll simply hang up.
Okay. Hey, Emily, you're kind of curious now. So what did they do to the gangrel?
Yeah. Well, honestly, like, Emily is on 4 ag, so the pain and the fact that she really wants to get out of here is probably more present. But she does give a lot of side-eye to Ivanov.
Yep, Mikhail's going to go over and try and help the Giovanni to his feet.
The Giovanni is fucked up 7 ways to Sunday, as he'll just say, "The Dom's not going to be happy about this." Oh.
Well, consider it this way. When we're done here, you can tell the Don that a person on the red list is in the city. Imagine the prestige he'd get for killing him.
I mean, the Don likes the idea of trophy boons.
Exactly.
See how it goes.
Now, let's get you back to your car. The sooner we get you back to safety, the easier this can go.
You're going to have to drive, Bob. I don't think I can actually handle the car right now.
That's fine. And at some point, I'm going to have to go and burn down a hospital, I suspect. Not setting foot in another one of Ashar's traps.
So, does anyone have anything else they'd like to do, or shall we end the scene?
Emily's just gonna wait for Sputgun to just. I don't know if he's helping her because she is like hobbling along, like clearly in a lot of pain. He just says,
"Yeah, he probably will just like grab one of, assuming it's not an unburnt arm. He'll just like grab one arm. And he'll just simply say, 'You need to feed, lass.'"
Yeah. I know.
Like right now.
I'm actually not too hungry, but I guess I will be very soon.
You're gonna feed. No.
All right, but
that gentleman that bumped into us earlier on can't be too far away now, can he?
Fuck. Right. Let's.
Don't worry. I'll help you out on this one, but you're gonna owe me one. You understand?
Of course. Like, obviously, like, yeah, whatever. Like, just, yeah. Let's just go.
Okay. So yeah, Sputgun's probably going to try and track that. Well, he's going to help track for Emily, and he'll probably get. Well, do you want me to do any dice rolls, Evan, or you just?
No, I think we can just end it there.
Okay.
It's just.
Okay, so thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. This has been another edition of Darkness in Dublin, the Parent Issue section.